31 Days of Horror with Mark.
Good evening. Just watched what I'm going to call a Von's choice. Yeah. They're kind of laughing in the background there. Just going to fix the picture there as well. Okay. Yeah. So was mentioned last night as we were chatting, but Yvonne I think has barely seen any of the Halloween kind of films. Apparently only ever seen the first one. I don't know how she's managed to see the rest of them by accident, but that's how I managed to see a lot of them on my side of things. Mostly like on TV. I think a few were shown on Channel 5. I want to say 5 was shown on Channel 5, which was the Kirsty Michael Myers. Who the fuck knows? Whatever, or the Returning Michael Myers, or what. I think that was the 4th one. But anyway, so yeah, this evening, due to Yvonne's choice, yeah, she's getting fully blamed for this one. We watched H2O, or as I'm going to call it from now on, H2O No, because it's not good. It's not good at all. I said that when I first seen it back in the day, and I'm saying that now as well. I first saw it, fucking hell, it was 22 years ago, I think it came out now, which is just fucking mental. But yeah, I didn't like it then. And I know like people that swear by this film that think it's like it's the bollocks. It's just bollocks. It had a few moments. It wasn't completely devoid of any charm, but for the most part, I was like, sorry, just thinking about the film. So, in case you didn't kind of realise or whatever, so I think this is the first attempt at a rebooted sequel, although it's not quite as kind of, it's not quite, I would say nowhere near as good as the 2018 one. So the whole thing follows kind of Laurie 20 years later, whereby, you know, she's no longer called Laurie, she's called something Kate Tate or fucking whatever, I don't care. Kind of tried to kind of purge a lot of it from my memory. So yeah, so she's a headmistress at a kind of major school. She's got a son who's apparently 17. Aye. All right then, Josh Hartnett, who was probably about 25 at the time. But yeah, so, and she's still traumatized for the night way back when. They haven't kind of retconned the whole brother thing, so like in this one they're still brother and sister, established in the second one, which I didn't know about either. But again, like, she's sheltered, so she's sitting in the corner looking at me for this one. Let me just show you. There she is. Yvonne loved it. It's been her favourite film of 31 Days of Horror so far. She thought it was the best one. No. But yeah, so she's all traumatized. She's got a son. Doesn't want her son to kind of go off camping. She really should have fucking let her son go camping, because she's like, I can't let you go by yourself because you're gonna get stabbed by a serial killer. Although, like, he ends up staying home and gets stabbed by a serial killer, so, you know, awkward. I'm just trying to kind of think how much I want to kind of rag on this. So the thing me and Yvonne were talking about, like, afterwards was that there's no tension in this one. So look, the kind of like, so this is a slow burner as well. So like in the first like 5-10 minutes, there's like 3 people killed, including a little baby Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He gets an ice skate to the face, which is pretty cool. But again, something I'll kind of come back to in a second. Most of the deaths, or most of the kind of violence, happens off camera, so you only get to see the aftermath, which is pish. Like, if I'm watching a serial killer film, I want to see the violence. That's why I'm here, kind of thing. So this whole, oh, we're just gonna show off camera and like, oh, you can see the throat slit afterwards. No, pish. So yeah, so starts off 3 murders, pretty kind of like straight up, and you're like, all right, okay, this is kicking in quite well. And then fuck all happens for what, like another 2/3 of the fucking film, or like at least another third and a half, or like it drags the fuck on. And don't get me wrong, I like a slow burning horror film if it fits that criteria. Like Midsummer, slow burner, totally kind of fits it. Like the build up and everything, and the dread and the tension and everything that Midsummer builds up. Totally understand why that's a nice wee slow burner. This is a slasher flick whereby I want to see carnage. It's why I'm here. It's why I've kind of paid money. I had to rent this piece of shit.
Give you the money back.
That's a one kind of like offering to pay for it, but it's fine. It's fine. I knew what I was getting into. You didn't, so it's fine. But yeah, so like I get a slow burner, but like this is just like no. Like I want it kicking off and slash it. If you're gonna build it up, at least use the kind of mechanics of the first one, whereby he was in the background and the music was kind of like playing all eerily and stuff like that. Very kind of well done. But this, it was just as it says, 3 kills at the start, and then it's just like 45 to 50 minutes of Laurie's implied alcoholism, whereby you get to see her drink 3 drinks, I think, in the entire film. It's like, oh yeah, like yeah, she's needing a 12-step program there. She doesn't kind of come off as drunk or anything like that, and I get what they were trying to do with it. But again, I think the way they handle her character in the 2018 requel is way better, because yeah, okay, fair enough, she's traumatized, but she's like, no, I'm not taking this pish, and if Michael's coming back, I'm prepped for it. So there was elements of this. I was saying to one, my favorite kind of bit of the film. There's a scene where she's like, right, taking Naomi pish. She looks herself in the kind of school, and then she grabs an axe and she's just like screaming on Michael while the Halloween music plays. I was like, nice. I thought that was pretty cool. That was a bit it though. So Yvonne's what I kind of talk like. If you want to come and join me, you can come and join me.
Come and join you. Yeah, all right. Because I just want to discuss just a wee second. Oh God, can you sit here? Wait a minute. God.
Yeah. Production value, people.
God. Hello. The one thing that, remember, we both said was really, really good, because obviously Janet Lee. I was
getting to that.
Oh,
but
sorry,
of course,
were you?
No, Yvonne's jumping the shit. Yeah, so Janet Lee, who, if you didn't know, is Jamie Lee Curtis's mum.
I think she sadly passed away.
Yeah, she's passed away. Mm-hmm. But Janet Lee was also in Ween! Piss Cycle. Mm-hmm. Piss Cycle. So there's a neat wee moment like where she's consoling Laurie, and she even goes sorry to go all maternal, and like,
no.
But then she's kind of just about to go into her car. There's a wee bit of kind of like psycho music.
Yeah,
it's not like
awesome.
the full on kind of like there's a bit for the opening score. Me and Yvonne were like,
it's quite subtle.
Yeah.
Just like,
so that was nice. Mm-hmm. That like we like that. The score, music wise, I personally thought was all over the fucking shot. Part of the thing I love about the original is obviously Carpenter done all the music, and the music is very basic in the original, but it does the job of actually kind of being kind of tense, being kind of scary, whereby at times it's just a piano playing. But in this, they felt like it's like, let's go full orchestra, and the opening kind of scene has the Halloween music in it, because like I was starting to get a wee bit like, did they play the Halloween music? They should play the Halloween music, because like
the better. I'm like, can't do.
Because I'm pretty sure when I first saw the first trailer for Rob Zombie's Halloween remake, which I very much enjoyed the theatrical cut of that, and I'm saying that quite kind of quite staunchly, but I'm pretty sure the original trailer for that hinted at the Halloween music, but didn't actually kind of have the full score in it. I'm like, nah. Like it's synonymous with the entire like thing. Like whether you're rebooting it, you're doing a rebooted sequel, or you're just doing another kind of sequel to the franchise. The Halloween music needs to be in there. So, but I personally thought in the opening bit it was kind of drowned out. You could kind of hear bits, but like it was drowned out by like this huge orchestral score, and I'm like, guys, like less is more. So Thanks for that.
Sorry, Bob's burping away.
Sorry. You're ruining the film.
Sorry.
But yeah, so it's not entirely awful. Although it's 5 billion times more shite. Like, it's definitely more shite than it is good.
I would say, for me personally, I know this is Mark's thing, but for me personally, I was expecting a big steaming pile of shite, and I was actually thought it was okay in bits, but there was just, I think the main thing we both said is the mask is utter shite.
Aye.
It's absolutely terrible, and it's just the fact that you can see way too much of Michael's eyes. If that makes sense, yeah.
I kind of like, sorry, just to kind of cut in there. I like how they've kind of done the mask again in the 2018 one, whereby it's supposed to be the original mask. So it's all matty, it's all cabbage. It's like it's all like faded and worn away and kind of crumpled and stuff. And when he puts it on, you can't see the fucking eyes. Which, but yeah, like and this is just like
it just looked like it just looked like he'd went into the shop and bought one and just like, oh wait, it doesn't fit properly.
Yeah.
And I mean, Michael Myers, like, he's one of my personal favourite horror characters.
Flash.
Pennywise being the first one. But I think because, you know, Michael, he doesn't say anything, he's just quite intimidating, he's just walking, you just hear the breathing. And it's just with this, what? I was just
going to kind of interject there as well. The breathing. There's no fucking breathing. So a lot of the original kind of film as well is told through his perspective. So it's not quite fully first person, but like a lot of it's kind of like very kind of tight behind the kind of shoulder, and you like for the like most of the film you're none of that fucking in this one. Like even when there was close-ups of him and stuff like that as well, he's just like
he's very stealthy. He's just like, well, and it's like when you were saying when the murder does happen, he just kind of pops out. He's like, hiya, just like
pops it and just kind of keeps coming. There's no kind of like, you know, there's no build up of tension, nothing like that. He's like a juggernaut. I think by that point in the franchise he was like this kind of juggernaut, and I like the fact they got Jamie Lee Curtis back. I liked what they were trying to kind of do. But I think this one totally and utterly falls flat. And I know a lot of people didn't like the 2018 kind of like rebooted sequel, but I really did. I think it hit a lot of the kind of beats. It done what I think this one should have done. It made Laurie fucking badass. I think she's absolutely kind of cracking in that one. As I say, is like the fact that Michael Myers' mask's all crumpled. The fact, like, you know, they completely retconned the brother thing, which I think was just kind of put in there to try and kind of keep it going. I'm pretty sure John Carpenter wasn't a fan of like adding that in anyway. But I
totally didn't know that. I'm sure Mark did say that, but I totally didn't know that. I was like, that just doesn't make sense to me at all. I'm like, like I just don't get how they could be brother and sister. But then I haven't seen the second one.
Yeah, but like so unfortunately it's stuck, and I'm pretty sure in the fifth one or something that it ends up being his cousin, and then the sixth one the wee lassie ends up being the killer, and like it's a lot of shite. But I was saying to one of this, so like spoiler alert, 20-year-old saw it, and to be fair, I've been kind of like spoiling it left, right, and centre here. But like the way this film ends is that Laurie bundles Michael in the back here like a corner van, takes off. And effectively drives him off a fucking cliff.
Which looks so real, by the way.
Oh, like it just looked like a wee shite kind of car toy, like rolling down a hill when it kind of happened. And she thankfully is thrown clear and has got a couple of wee like scrapes and bruises and what have you.
It still looks amazing. Yeah. You're like, whoa!
Jamie Lee Curtis, like, come on.
But I'm just like,
but yeah, so so then Michael gets pinned and he's like, reaching out like, I love you, sister. Like, I'm sorry that all this stuff has happened and what have you. And it's like, whatever. And she lops his fucking head off. She lops his head off. And I was saying to Yvonne, now the first one, unfortunately, that I ever saw in the cinema was the sequel to this piece of shit, which was a Halloween Resurrection. And to be fair, Halloween Resurrection makes this look like a fucking masterpiece because it's absolutely horrendous. But saying to Yvonne, even though you quite blatantly see it's Michael, you quite blatantly see the head being lopped off with an axe and rolling about the flare and everything. They explain that the fact that he's still alive in the next one, that Michael managed to put his mask and clothes and everything on, I think it's an ambulance worker or one of the coroners, and put him in the van. It's like, what? Of course, this is another one of these ones where it's like, oh, this actually made a lot of money, so we can make another one, yay!
Actually, I have to say, like, just before the end, I actually thought, you know, when you see her driving the van and you see the like the bag moving and stuff like that, I actually thought, I wonder if it is a different person. I wonder if it's not going to be Michael in there. I'm just like, it's, you know, I don't know how somebody would have survived, you know, obviously her, what's his name, Will, getting the knife in the spine or whatever happened to him. He died, and like the chick with the leg and stuff. Obviously, everyone's dead, so I don't know who was expecting to be in the bag. But I just thought, I don't think it'll be him, but obviously it was him.
But yeah, the thing that's really annoying about that as well is that so he doesn't speak. Like, so like if this is like a person that's been kind of like, oh, by the way, you're just kind of like, we're gonna kind of make you like up as Michael, and Michael's gonna swan off as if anybody be like, no, that's all right. Oh no, okay. But if it was me and somebody put that, I'd be like, the fuck. What's going on here? Oh, right, okay, you're smashing me through a window, right? Okay, so yeah, I'd say something, or at least I'd kind of make some. I wouldn't kind of go and attack her, like, because that's what he does. He kind of goes for her in the car and everything. Yeah. And again, if you were traumatized, you might kind of go, what the fuck is going on? But at the same time, you'd also, even if he had his mouth bound or something, he'd be like, like he'd make some kind of fucking noise, and he doesn't. And again, it just.
I would say though, one of the other wee tiny good, well, that's a good thing maybe about the film is a very, very young Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it.
Yeah, I said that.
Did you? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like at the start, he got an ice skate to the face.
Yeah, and oh, he's so tiny. He's just like, and it's just, and obviously you probably said this as well, one of your absolute pet peeves, and I think probably a lot of people as well, is the light switch.
Click.
It's just like, you know, I think, you know, you said it's just like if it goes on and off, or you switch it on, it's not going on. It's not on. It's just like, stop doing it.
But like the amount of people like click. It's like, it's not fucking working. Like, either you burnt the light bulb out or it's no working. Just kind of deal with that.
And I know I'm backtracking as well, but I'm just thinking of more stuff to say. And I know that you've probably covered a lot of this, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anyone's worry.
I just want to kind of wrap this up.
I know, I'm sorry. This is what happens when you have me on. Well, you know, I'm the guest.
Well, no, you kind of invaded this one.
I know, I'm sorry, but I had push to say, so I just thought I'd say. Just backtracking again, at the start when the nurse's house is burgled, takes a fucking long time for the police to get there, because I'm just like, you know, it's supposed to be 15 minutes, and like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, what's his name, Jimmy?
Aye.
He goes into the house, it's daylight, it comes out, it's dark. Just
like, he must be, like, he looks like he's in there for 10 seconds, and then he comes outside and it's fucking dark, you're like...
Just like, she's like chain smoking away, which, you know, I know I didn't smoke, but I'd probably be doing the same if I saw somebody burgled my house. But I don't know why you'd go into a house. I'd be going to a friend's house.
Because he was trying to act all like...
No, not Jimmy.
Alright, why she goes back in?
I think the nurse is pretty badass though, you know, she kind of holds her own until the very end. Obviously, when Michael kind of kills her, but she kind of manages to escape him quite a bit.
So I was just going to say as well, like, talking to kills, there is only, 3 on-screen kills? Have I got that right? Or am I talking at Mars? So the nurse, the love interest, Laurie, and technically Michael. I'm just trying to think if there's any other ones that actually die on screen, because most of the violence happens off screen. And again, like, if I'm watching this kind of film, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not some kind of like weirdo, but I am, but I want to see the carnage, I want to see the violence, and there's a couple of kind of decent bits, and I'm pretty sure when this came out at the time it was an 18, and oh my god, and I was like, where's the fucking violence? Like, you see an awful lot of kind of post-mortem shit, like, you know, like loads of corpses, like as I say, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's got the ice skate in the face, which is pretty horrific. Yeah. But like,
you kind of want to see it though.
Yeah, like, you know.
I know. Well, I'm not making this thing horrible, but you just kind of want to, see the action, the skate actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, and I know that giving a shout out to my sister here, but my sister Elaine and her husband Ryan, they sort of think, I'm weird for liking horror films. And when I watch
I don't care if they think I'm weird, and if
Well, they
you try
know
to spare,
you're
if you try to spare my feelings.
But yeah, and just horror film, you know, obviously you want to be scared, and like the amount of times I watch a horror film, the scarier the better. But obviously I knew this wasn't going to be scary, but yeah, I think they don't quite get why would you want to be scared watching a film and stuff. But I've watched some films with a scarf right up to my face, or like a pillow right up to my face, and I just love it. Creepier the better. But yeah, just like what you're saying with the gore and stuff. But then sometimes I'll be like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'll be like, no. But yeah.
Gonna wrap it there.
I think so. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to say.
I mean, you're just kind of rambling now.
I know. I'm sorry. No, I think I'm good. Although I think just what I said to you as well. I didn't actually really care about any of the characters. Michelle Williams, I do like her, but she actually annoyed me quite a bit in this. And Josh Hartnett, he's not the best actor.
He's all right. I mean, he was better in The Faculty.
He's good in The Faculty, but I mean, like, I could do any better. But still, but yeah, I just wasn't like really gutted when anyone died. I have to say.
Not that anybody does die. But yeah.
Aye.
Right.
But,
okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Shutting up.
Sorry for gate crashing the thing. Sorry. Apologise.
Bye, people.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.